Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling small, confused, or totally drained, but you can't quite put your finger on why? You felt powerless, but no one actually yelled at you. That feeling is the key. In this video, we're exposing the toxic behaviors people use to control you without you even realizing it. These are the sneaky, everyday habits, the psychological weapons, that manipulate your emotions and make you feel guilty or drained. It's time to stop being emotionally played. Guilt tripping and emotional blackmail. The most common weapon of subtle control is guilt tripping. This is when someone uses your sense of duty, loyalty, or love as leverage to get what they want. You say no to a request, and instead of accepting it, they sigh dramatically and say, "Fine. I guess I'll just have to struggle through it alone, even though I did so much for you last week." They aren't asking for help, they are forcing you to pay an emotional debt. They frame their desires as your obligation, making you feel like a bad person if you choose to prioritize yourself. The goal is to make your boundaries feel like an act of betrayal. Silent treatment and fake apologies. The silent treatment is pure psychological warfare. It's the refusal to communicate in order to communicate maximum disapproval. You upset them, and they respond by withdrawing all affection, warmth, and even eye contact. They've weaponized their silence. It forces you to chase them, apologize first, and often take responsibility for something that wasn't entirely your fault, just to make the discomfort stop. Coupled with this is the fake apology, which is not an apology at all. It usually starts with, "I'm sorry if you felt upset," or "I'm sorry, but you made me do it." They express zero remorse for their actions and instead put the responsibility for your pain back on you. Backhanded compliments and manipulation through jokes. This is one of the sneakiest forms of control because it's cloaked in humor or praise. The goal is to keep you perpetually insecure and slightly off balance. "Wow, you look great today. You should wear clothes like that more often, it really hides your hips." Or, after you succeed, "That was an amazing presentation. Honestly, I'm shocked you pulled it off." They give you a little lift, then immediately hit you with a subtle dig. If you complain, they hide behind the shield of, "It was just a joke. You're too sensitive." This controls your confidence and teaches you to always question your own worth, making you reliant on their shaky validation. Gaslighting and twisting your reality. Gaslighting is a deliberate attempt to make you doubt your own memory, perception, and sanity. This is a terrifying form of control because it completely undermines your reality. You confront them with evidence of something they did, and they tell you, "That never happened, you're remembering it wrong," or "You're imagining things, you're too dramatic." They confuse you so thoroughly that you stop trusting your own judgment. When you can't trust your own mind, you become totally dependent on the person controlling you to tell you what is real. How people use affection as a weapon. In healthy relationships, affection is unconditional. In toxic relationships, affection becomes a currency to be withheld or granted based on compliance. They are warm, loving, and attentive when you are doing exactly what they want. The moment you assert a boundary, disagree, or pursue your own interests, the affection vanishes. They become cold, distant, or critical. This is known as emotional withholding. They train you through a constant cycle of reward and punishment to perform for their approval. You spend all your time trying to get back to the good phase, meaning you are constantly focused on their needs, not your own. The drama addiction that drains your energy. Some people control you not through direct confrontation, but through constant crisis. They need to be the perpetual victim at the center of a storm. Every phone call is an emergency. Every inconvenience is a catastrophe. You constantly feel obligated to fix their problems, listen to the crisis, or rescue them from a situation they often created. This is emotional energy vampirism. By keeping you preoccupied with their never-ending drama, they prevent you from focusing on your own goals, needs, and peace. They control your time and attention by making their life appear more urgent than yours. The moment you take back your power. Recognizing these tactics is the single most important step in ending the control. When you spot the toxic behavior, you gain the power to choose your response instead of reacting automatically. Stop J.A.D.E, never justify, argue, defend, or explain your choices. Toxic people feast on your explanations. A simple, "I'm not discussing this," or "that won't work for me," is a complete sentence. Define your reality. If you are being gaslit, state your truth clearly, "I know what I saw," or "that is my memory of the event." Then, disengage. Validate your feelings, acknowledge that the guilt or confusion is real, but it was manufactured by their tactic, not by your failure as a person. Final savage truth. Here is the final, savage truth: no one can control you if you stop allowing it. Toxic control only works when you believe the lie that you need their approval, their validation, or their good mood to be okay. When you truly internalize that your peace is non-negotiable, their tactics lose all their power. Take back your peace, reclaim your truth, and stop letting yourself be emotionally played.